Hello everyone. Next we have types of arrays concept. So here types of arrays in the sense we can have two or three types of arrays. First one is one dimensional arrays, second one two dimensional arrays, and third one multi-dimensional arrays. For your syllabus we are having 1D and 2D arrays. What do you mean by 1D arrays or one dimensional arrays? One dimensional arrays in the sense the elements which are arranged in a one direction is known as one dimensional arrays. What do you mean by one direction? See, here we are having one example, int a of 5. You can include the data type also. Int a of 5 equals to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. See, this is what declaration and initialization. Okay, now it means your array contains now 5 elements. These 5 elements can be stored horizontally or vertically like this. Whatever you take, but it will be a one direction, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Got it? So these type of arrays are known as one dimensional arrays. Here you can observe that again memory location will be A of 0. A of 0 memory location contains value 10. A of 1 memory location contains 20. A of 2 memory location contains 3. A of 3 location contains 40. A of 4 contains 50. Same thing we are having in vertical order. Got it? Next, how to declare one dimensional arrays in the sense, same thing what we discussed in the earlier class. So declaration of array contains data type, array name and size. Got it? Example, int marks of 20. So this is what one dimensional arrays contains data type, array name and size. And the initialization will be same as it is. Data type, array name and size equals to value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4 up to n values you can have. Got it? So next, if we come to the initialization part, one dimensional arrays can be initialized in various ways. So here we are having 4 types of initialization techniques. First one, initializing all specified memory locations. What do you mean by that one? In the sense, here you can observe an example. In this example, you can have int a of 5 equals to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Whatever the values you want, you can take it. Okay, now. So what do you mean by initializing all specified memory locations? Here, what is the memory location or array size? 5. So when the array size 5 in the sense, you can have here 5 memory locations. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 memory locations. You are initializing all these 5 memory locations by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It means the first element is going to be stored here, second element will be stored here, and third element, fourth element, fifth element. Means how many memory locations you declared, those many memory locations are filled by all the values. Got it? This is what initializing all specified memory location. Second one, initializing individual elements. What do you mean by initializing individual elements? In the sense, you can initialize one value with respect to the index. Okay, now syntax is data type, array name, index is equal to value. Here you are having examples. Int a of 0 is equal to 10. Int is the data type, array name is a, index value is 0. This a of 0th location is initialized by some value that is 10, like this only. Okay, now at a time we are initializing here, but here element by element. Okay, now one location is assigned by one element, second location is assigned by one element, like that. Now see, int a of 1 is equal to how much? 20. See, in diagrammatically we can show like this. So first location a of 0. A of 0 is filled by how much? Or initialized by 10. Next we are having a of 1. Next location a of 1, index 1 is initialized by 20. Next a of 2 initialized by some value, like that. A of 4, last element, a of 4 initialized by 50. Got it? This is what individually assigning. Next one, partial array initialization. What do you mean by partial array? In the sense, whatever the size of array you declared will be more, but initialized values will be less. Here the size is 5. It means 5 memory locations are there. But how many elements you have initialized? Only 2. It means the first element will store here, second element will store here, the remaining locations will be empty. It means it will be wasted. So by default, these will be filled with zeros. Got it? This is called partial initialization. Got it? So next, fourth one, we have initializing to all zeros. It means, suppose consider if your array is having 100 locations, int a of 100 is equal to only one time I am initializing 0. It means what happens if this type of initialization? So 0 will be substitutes here, correct? So remaining locations will be by default filled with zeros. All the 99 locations will be filled with zeros. So this is what initializing to all zeros. And next we are having reading and writing one-dimensional arrays. What do you mean by reading and writing? In the sense, reading means entering the elements through keyboard. Okay, now what do you mean by writing the elements? In the sense, you are storing or printing the values in the array. Now go for reading part. Reading the elements to array, in the sense, reading of the array elements uses one for loop and one scanf statement. Now example, for I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus is the for loop. You are familiar with that. And after that I am using one scanf statement, scanf %d ampersand a of I. See what happens in this case. So initial value of I is how much? 0. Whether 0 less than 5, whether 0 less than 5, yes, condition true. When this condition true, control jumps to scanf statement. So scanf statement is a input statement which reads the value from the keyboard. So according to this, when condition true, this scanf statement execute. Here we are having %d ampersand a of I. Now substitute the I value. How much I value? 0. A of 0, it means this location. A of 0, in this location you can enter any one value. Suppose I am going to enter the value 5. Okay, now next two, after this what happens? Control jumps to I plus plus. So I plus plus, in the sense, earlier I value was 0, now it becomes 1. Correct? Now it becomes 1. Whether 1 less than 5? Yes, condition true. When this condition true, again scanf statement will be executed. It means in the place of a of I value now 1. A of 1. Where is a of 1? Here it is. A of 1. In this location, you can read the second element. Whatever the element you want, you can read it. I am going to enter 10. After that, I value will be incremented. So this becomes 2. So whether 2 less than 5? Yes, condition true. Once again scanf statement. A of 2 location. A of I means A of 2 location. In this A of 2 location, I can enter one more element, that is 15. Then I plus plus, it becomes 3. Whether 3 less than 5? Yes, condition true. Read one more element, 20. Next I plus plus, it becomes 4. Whether 4 less than 5? Yes, condition true. It means in the A of 4th location, you can enter one more element. 25 entered. Then I plus plus. Now I becomes how much? It was 4. Now it is 5. Substitute the value. Whether 5 less than 5? Condition false. When this condition becomes false, scanf statement will not execute. It means you have entered 5 elements. Your condition was 5, no? So you have entered 5 elements. Why you are going to start with 0? In the sense, I value initialized to 0. Suppose if you starts with 1, you can enter with 1, no problem. But if you want to read 5 elements, you can make it here I less than or equal. Okay, now this is what reading part. You can read the values from the keyboard. See, scanf statement will be having ampersand. Okay, ampersand indicates the address of 0th location, address of 1st location, address of 2nd, like that. Next, how to write the elements to array. So this also uses one for loop and printf statement. This uses scanf statement, but this uses printf statement. So what is the code for this? In the sense, use one for loop for I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, printf percentage d. See, you can have one new line or slash d here, and no ampersand, only a of I. What happens? This is the reading part. No, same thing I am going to print it here using arrays. See, initial value of I is 0, whether 0 less than 5, yes, condition true. So once the condition true, you can execute the printf statement, printf percentage d ampersand a of I. See, what is the I value? 0, a of 0. A of 0 contains, what is the element? See here, a of 0 contains how much? 5. See, the value 5 is going to print here. The value 5 is going to print here. It means on the screen you will get the value 5 like this. Got it? After that, new line is there. So control automatically jumps to next line. Okay na? I becomes incremented. So I plus plus. Earlier it was 0, now it is 1. Whether 1 less than 5, yes, condition true. Again execute the printf statement. So this printf statement prints the a of I value. I is how much now? 1. A of 1 now. A of 1 contains how much? A of 1 contains 10. So 10 prints here. Okay na? 10 prints here. Next, again control jumps to next line. So here next element we are going to print 15, then 20, then 25. Finally for loop become false and loop terminates. Thank you.